I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 on the PlayStation 4. Creative franchise takes the place of a Major League Ball club. The Bronx Knights have been inserted into the American League West. It took the place of the Houston Astros in the West. It is the second week of August. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. I'm at game 118 or 119 of the 162 plus. Looking to go to the World Series, obviously. Why else play a season if not to go to the World Series? Excuse me. So as you can see on the standings on the screen, the Knights are 78 and 40. Oh, difficulty level for pitching and hitting is on All-Star. Okay, I'm sure some of you are better than that. All-Star makes me feel good. It is what it is. It's on All-Star for straight through. And on All-Star, I'm 78 and 40. And I have a 13.5 game lead over the second place Mariners in the West. So let's jump into the next game in the schedule calendar. 4-game set against the Kansas City Royals. I've won the first 3 out of 4, so going to win the series, going for the 4-game sweep on Sunday afternoon. Okay. It's making me pitch Brendan Pizarski again, so I have a feeling that I want to continue. Okay. Let's see. Play full game. I may have to back out of this. We are the home team. Classic Yankee Stadium. That looks good. The only problem is that it's got Brendan Pizarski as the next starting pitcher, so that's wrong because as you can see, he has no energy. So let's see. Joey Pollard, Eli Ramos, Patrick Joseph. Joey Pollard, Eli Ramos, Patrick Joseph. So let's go back. Let's go back. The starting rotation needs to be modified. Pitching rotation. So let's see. Joey Pollard has to be in Brendan's spot. Okay, and then Eli Ramos has to be in Patrick Joseph's spot. Patrick Joseph goes there. So it'll be Pollard, Ramos, Patrick Joseph, then Bumgarner, and finally Pizarski. Okay, so let's go back in. Calendar. 4th game of this 4-game series is Sunday afternoon against Kansas City Royals. View organization's games. Now it says Joey Pollard, play game. Okay, play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. There we go. Looks good. And Joey Pollard is set up with Ramos and Joseph following. So perfect. Okay, so people look a little... Let's see, who should I put in there? Let's go... the catcher needs to get a day off. And you know what? That's it for today. Boom. So we're going for the 4-game sweep. Get the brooms out. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. I promise you I will not talk that much. I will just hit lots of home runs. Welcome. If you have to leave, no love lost, but feel free to come back at any time. I play baseball and other video games, so lots of good playlists on this channel on YouTube. So, welcome to Classic Yankee Stadium as the Kansas City Royals visit the Bronx Knights, a created franchise on MLB The Show 20. On the mound is Joey Pollard making his 21st start of the season. His record is 13 and 4 with a 3.33 earned run average. And leading off for the Royals is Brian Buxton. 229, 9 homers, 23 runs batted in. First pitch of the game. Foul back, strike 1.
First pitch, 111.
And it's a deep drive to center, but there is Lukulich, the center fielder. Makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Royals, Brian Buxton in center, Nick Senzel is the second baseman, Alex Bregman at third, Paul Konerko is DH, Jesse Winker is in left, Matt Olson's at first, Tyler Freeman's at short, Jordan Luplow is in right, and Shea Langoliers is batting ninth and playing catcher. Nick Senzel, 280, 18 homers, 53 runs batted in. Lines it to left, but over there is O'Rourke to make the catch. 2 pitches, 2 away here in the top of the first.
That is third.
So with 2 away, Alex Bregman, the third baseman, steps up. 284, 17 homers, 60 runs batted in. Hard ground ball through the shift and into center for a 2-out single. So they have a base runner with 2 away. Let's watch the replay.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Paul Konerko.
Boom. So next up is Paul Konerko. 284, 29 homers, 82 runs batted in. Runner at first with 2 away. And it is a line drive down the line, and it just goes foul for strike number 1. Almost had himself an RBI double. Breaking ball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Konerko. Don Mattingly at first. And that is Max Lukulich in center field. Pitch is outside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Jerry Hillsdale is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. I don't think he's a real person. Line drive, base hit to left. And just like that, with 2 outs, 2 straight hits, runners at first and second for the Royals. Here's a replay. Over the head of Matt Termini at third. So next up is Jesse Winker. 294, 29 homers, 84 runs batted in. Steps in with a runner in scoring position. Just misses outside. He wanted that pitch, did not get it. Ball 1. Just fouls off the knuckle curve. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Winker. Every time I see Winker, I think Winkler. I want to throw an L in there. Winker just sounds so weird. Slow roller to the second baseman, Ramos Fields. Fires, and the side is retired. So they strand 2, and after a half an inning of baseball, it's Kansas City Royals 0, Bronx Knights coming to bat. Coffee fixes everything. So we go to the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Royals, Matt Dennis making his 9th start of the season. He's 2-6 with a 5.42 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights is Mighty Max Lukulich. Center fielder, 313, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in. And he was the starting center fielder for the American League in this year's All-Star game. Pitches low, ball 1. You say to yourself, how with those stats could he possibly start in center field? Well, he has 31 steals and 30-plus doubles and 100 runs. So, pitches outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Lukulich. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 2-1. Low, hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. First baseman Don Mattingly is on deck. And he pulls it foul down the first base line into the seats. Full count, 3-2. Here she comes. 1 hopper to the first baseman, takes it himself, and there is 1 away. Starting lineup for the Knights, Max Lukulich led off. He's playing center. Don Mattingly at first. Chris Ramos at second. Mike O'Rourke patrolling left. Jacob Salazar is the DH today. Benny LoCicero in right. Matt Termini's the third baseman. Matt Saps is at short. And backup catcher Roberto Perez is hitting 9th and playing catcher. Duh, obviously. Mattingly's hitting 324. And it's a line drive up the middle. It is a 1-out single for the hitman. Makes a big turn at first, but decides to stay. So they have a base runner here with 1 away in the top of the first. So next up is Chris Ramos, 362, 47 homers, 119 RBIs. And he hits a line drive towards the corner, and it will go 1 hop to the wall. And by the time that ball finds its way back to the infield, it'll be runners at second and third with only 1 out here in the first. Oh yeah, double number 24 for Chris Ramos. So he leads the league in batting. He leads the league in home runs with 47. Going for the old triple crown, but there's 2 months left of the season. It's in early August. So cleanup man, Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder, 342, 30 homers, 91 RBIs, starting left fielder for the All-Star game. 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 away. Pitches low, ball 1. And he yanks it foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That is a line drive which will find its way in the gap, and it's going to go 1 hop to the wall. This is going to be possibly a 2-run double. The runner makes a turn at third. He's heading home. It is a 2-run double for Michael O'Rourke. RBIs number 92 and 93. And the Bronx Knights have a early 2-0 lead on the 32nd double of the season from Michael O'Rourke. Here's the replay. So, Jacob Salazar, the DH today, 330, 14 homers, 74 runs batted in. Outside corner, strike 1. Checks the swing, pitches low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Outside, hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. O'Rourke leads off second. Here comes the hitter's pitch. And he fouls off the high fastball. Count will go full, 3-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called, and Salazar cannot believe it. So that's Matt Dennis's first strikeout of the game. And with 2 away, Benny LoCicero, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. 304, 25 homers, 92 runs batted in. And he carries a 12-game hitting streak into this contest. Nope. Just misses low, ball 1. Runner leads off second with 2 outs. 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the first. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls off the changeup. Count is 1-2. And he yanks the changeup foul down the right side. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Oh, it hits him. Hits him. So we'll start over again. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's a replay. Got him around the hip, I think. Yeah. So next up is Matt Termini, the third baseman. 310, 8 homers, 61 runs batted in. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Just gets a piece of that curveball, strike 1. Pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike on Termini. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Count is 1-2. This is the 26th pitch by Dennis in the first inning. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights. Runners lead off first and second. And that is a shallow fly ball that will dunk in there. It's going to be an RBI single for Matt Termini, and this score is now 3-0. Bronx Knights lead. Blue base hit to left center field. Soft liner. So next up is going to be Matt Saps, 288, 22 homers, 74 RBIs. He usually bounces around the infield. Today he's playing shortstop. First and third, 2 away still. And that is a deep drive. And there's a possibility it's looking up. It's Gonzo. That is a 3-run home run from Matthew Saps, his 23rd of the season. And RBIs 75, 76, and 77. And this ball game is now 6-0 6-0 here, all with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Oh, yeah. Watch this replay. Boom. So, manager of the Kansas City Royals has seen it all. He wants the right-hander out of the bullpen. 2/3 of an inning for the starter. In relief comes Paul Blackburn, 2-6 with a 4.69 earned run average. He has a lot of work to do. So, number 9 hitter, Roberto Perez, in for the starter, takes strike 1. Perez is hitting a .188, 1 homer, 10 RBIs. He's giving a day off to Anthony Miller behind the plate. So bases are clear, 2 outs, but it's a 6-0 Bronx Knights lead here in the first. And he hits that up the middle, knocks it down with his body, picks it up, throws to first, and not in time. It is a infield single for Perez. And the lineup will turn over here in the first. So Max Lukulich, 0 for 1 with the ground out, steps up for his second plate appearance in the first inning. Grounds it to the first baseman. Konerko steps on the bag, and the side is retired. But not before Matt Saps has a 3-run home run and is part of a 6-run rally. And at the end of 1 inning of play, it's the Knights 6, the Royals nothing. Yeah, listen, most of it with 2 outs. Matthew Saps, the DH playing shortstop today, hit a 3-run home run. He just missed it. Matt Olson steps up in the top of the second, 308, 22 homers, 62 RBIs. Keep missing the explosions. In there, strike 1. Bronx Knights are 78-40, 38 games over 500, good for first place in the American League West. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the first baseman, Matt Olson. Pollard is going for his 14th win of the season. And that's a deep drive, and I don't think that one's coming back. Backtrack wall, looking up. See ya. That is Olson's 23rd home run of the season, and the score is now 6-1. Stadium got a little quiet with that swing. Let's look at the replay. Ooh. Short porch in right field in classic Yankee Stadium, 314 down the line. So next up is Tyler Freeman, the shortstop, 256, 15 homers, 40 runs batted in. This is the swing and a miss over the top of the 2-seamer, strike 1. This is a 4-game set at classic Yankee Stadium against Kansas City. Bronx Knights have won the first 3. They're looking for the 4-game sweep, and they're in a good position to get it. Outside corner count is 0-2. And that is a lazy fly ball to left. O'Rourke is there. Makes the catch for out number 1. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is O'Rourke, Lukulich, and LoCicero. And in the infield is Matt Termini, Matthew Saps at short, Chris Ramos at second, Don Mattingly at first, and the backup catcher Roberto Perez behind the plate. So next up is Ludlow. Ludlow is the right fielder, 249, 9 homers, 34 runs batted in. Checks the swing, but it's in there, strike 1. Knuckle curve floats in there. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Ludlow was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. That's a deep drive. Long run for LoCicero, but in front of the track, he makes the catch for out number 2.
Batting 9, the catcher.
So the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Shea Langoliers, 238, 12 homers, 42 runs batted in. And that is a line drive to right. LoCicero is busy. He makes the catch to retire the side. Shea Langoliers is not the man who hit the home run. I don't know why they did that. The guy controlling the graphics has obviously had a little too much to drink today, this Sunday afternoon. So after an inning and a half, the score is 6-1. So bottom of the second, Don Mattingly had a single in his first at bat. He steps up for plate appearance number 2. Slider outside corner, strike 1. As you can see, in this fictional universe, Don Mattingly is getting close to that 3,000 hit mark. Something that a back injury in the 90s kind of stole from him. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're unfamiliar with Don Mattingly, he was an all-star in the 80s and 90s. And for the New York Yankees, had a lot of gold gloves. Pulls it down the left field, checked at the right field line, foul, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was, for a 4 or 5 year period, the best hitter in the American League. But then a back injury stole that from him. So he just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Donnie Baseball. In the dirt, count evens at 2-2. And he pops him up on the infield. Alex Bregman over by the third base line makes the catch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Royals in the outfield from left to right is Winker, Buxton, and Luplau. That's tongue twisters. Alex Bregman in the infield, Tyler Freeman, Nick Senzel, Matt Olson, Shea Langoliers behind the plate. They are second in the American League in fielding percentage. So while their pitching stinks, they certainly have good defense. Pitches low to Chris Ramos. He had a double in the first. His average is currently at .363 to lead the American League. Checks the swing. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Swinging a miss at the 2-seamer, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the second at Classic Yankee Stadium. Score is 6-1 Bronx Knights. Full count, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer to stay alive, and we'll do it again. And he lines it hard down the left field line into the seats. Count remains full. And he's battling up there. Pitch number 9 of this at-bat is on the way. And he walks him. So with 1 out, gets a free pass. Runner at first. Next up is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke. Michael had a 2-run double in the first inning. His average is at .343 on the season. He does have 30 home runs. Pitches low and outside, ball 1. And he fouls it off. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Blackburn. Check that on Michael O'Rourke. Blackburn is the pitcher. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike on the left fielder. Ramos leads off first. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Just gets a piece. Count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounds it fouled up the first base line. We'll do it again. And he pulls it foul yet again towards the camera well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second, 6-1 lead. Pitches outside, count goes full, 3-2. So with 1 out, will the runner be in motion? Probably not. Here comes the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and he walks him. So runners at first and second with only 1 out. They already have a 5-run lead. Blackburn is trying to rescue that starting pitcher that had a terrible outing. He's not doing himself any justice. Jacob Salazar, normally the shortstop, is the designated hitter today. Struck out in the first. He has runners at first and second with 1 away. High ball 1. As you can see, he's burning the pitch count here in this inning. And it is a slow roller up the middle, and it threw a base hit. Runner rounds third and is heading home. It's going to be an RBI single for Jacob Salazar, and the score is now 7-1. Bronx Knights lead. Nice piece of hitting for Jacob. It's the replay while I drink my coffee. Sometimes you just need a ground ball with eyes. So next up is Benny LoCicero, the right fielder. No official at bat. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Runners at first and third. And he pops it up. In the infield, in foul territory on the first base side, Matt Olson makes the catch, 2 away. He does not get the runner home from third. So failed in that regard. So with 2 away, up steps Matt Termini, the third baseman. RBI single in the first. His average is up to 311. Runners lead off first and third. And he grounds it to his counterpart at third base. Bregman throws to second to get the force, and the side is retired. But they do get another run. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 7, Kansas City Royals 1. So we go to the top of the third, and those guys are not calling the game. This guy's calling the game, so ignore those 3 people. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Okay. Leadoff man Byron Buxton is 0 for 1. Second plate appearance against Joey Pollard. And it's a line drive up the middle. Oh, Saps muffs it. By the time he gets his hand on it, obviously there's no reason to throw because it's an infield single. Tough play. So they have the leadoff man on here in the top of the third. So Nick Senzel lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Runner at first, nobody out. In there at the knees, strike 1. In there, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Nick Senzel was a second baseman member of the All-Star team this year. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count will stay right where it is at 0-2. Quick throw to first. Keep him close. Inside off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls off the curveball. He's fighting him. Swing and a miss, inside fastball, and there is 1 away. So, wins in the American League from pitchers. His teammate Eli Ramos is leading the league with 15 wins. Joey is 13 in the middle of the list. Right now he's in a good position to get win number 14, obviously. So next up with 1 away is the third baseman Alex Bregman. He's singled in the first. He's 1 for 1. Buxton leads off first base. And he swings and fouls it off, strike 1. High and outside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-2. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer to stay alive. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third, 6-run lead for the Bronx Knights, 7-1. Inside off the plate, 1-2. Just gets a piece of that floaty knuckle curve. Fouls it back upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 1-2. And that is a line drive into the seats down the right field. Check that left field line. I always screw up my lefts and my rights. I would get fired on my first day on the job. Oh, just misses inside. He wanted that pitch. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bregman. Strike 3 called outside corner. Bregman cannot believe it. And there's 2 away. Pollard's second strikeout of the game. Show us that replay. See the location.
The designated hitter. Ball.
All right, it's close, but with 2 strikes, you cannot let that pitch by. You got to foul that off. So anyway, next up is Paul Konerko, the designated hitter today. He's 3 for 13 in this series. He has a single already today. It's 2 away. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 94 on the radar gun. Pulls the circle change foul. Count is 0-2 on Konerko. Line drive to center. And unfortunately, it's in there. Not a great start at first. Wasn't sure it was going to be caught on the fly. So, it's 1st and 3rd here. 2 away. It's hard line drive to center for Paul Konerko. Almost hung up there enough for Lukelich to track it down. So, Jesse Winker grounded out in the first. He's 8 for 13 with 2 homers in this series. He has been a thorn in their side. Pulls the 2-seam fastball foul, strike 1. He's having an excellent season. 293, 29 homers, 84 runs batted in. And we're only in early August. So, grounds it to the third baseman. Tosses over to second, covering to tire the side. So the Strand runners here after 2.5. It's Bronx Knights 7, Kansas City Royals 1. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Matt Saps, shortstop today, singled in his first at-bat. Steps in again against Paul Blackburn. Line drive, just goes foul. Obviously, in his first at-bat, in that first inning, he hit a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the inning. Big part of that 6-run outburst. Down the third base line and past him into left field. It is a base hit. Big turn at second. No, take a big turn first and holds up for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 3rd. Thought about dreams of second like I did, but fortunately he probably would have been thrown out by Winker. So next up is Roberto Perez, singled in the first. He's got that average at 200, the Mendoza line. Grounds it, rolls over on top of it, grounds it down the third base line, foul ball. Count is 0-1. And that is a line drive to center. Right there is Buxton to make the catch. 1 away. Bronx Knights upcoming schedule, day off tomorrow, then a 2-game set at home against the Atlanta Braves. Then after another day off, it's a 3-game set at Kaufman Stadium against the Royals, these Royals. So, Max Lukelich is 0 for 2. His average has dipped down to 312. Steps in for his 3rd plate appearance. And he's going in there for a strike. Strong throw is in time. Saps is thrown out, trying to steal. Nice strong throw from Langoliers. Didn't really get a great jump. I think he might have been safe, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's close. 2 outs, bases empty. Max is up. And that is a line drive the other way. It is dropping in there for a base hit. And he's going for second. And he is out. Inexplicably makes the 3rd out at second base. He's single, thrown out, trying to stretch it. The end of 3. It's already a 6-run lead. What are you doing? Bronx Knights lead 7-1. So here in the top of the 4th, Matt Olson, the first baseman, has a hit in this game. Steps in. In there, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the circle change. Count is 0-2. Pulls the knuckle curve foul. Count remains right where it is, 0-2. Just misses outside. Pollard wanted that pitch, but he did not get it. Deep drive the other way. Back goes O'Rourke. To the track, the wall, looking up. It's gone. That is a solo home run for Olsen, number 24 on the season. And it is a 7-2 ball game. My goodness. Power the other way. They actually had him to pull. Watch the replay. Crack of the bat. So, with nobody out still here in the top of the fourth, Tyler Freeman, the shortstop, steps up. He's 0 for 1. Inside corner, strike one. Just off the plate with the circle change inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Freeman. Outside, 2-1. Fouls it upstairs behind the plate. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tyler. Ground ball grabbed by Mattingly, takes it himself, and there's the first out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jordan Luplow.
So next up is Jordan Luplow. Flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. 1 away here in the top of the fourth. At the knees, strike 196 on the radar gun. And a slow roller up the first base line. Grabs it, fires to first. Nice play by the pitcher. Good job, Pollard. Almost beat that out. There's 2 away. So catcher Shea Langoliers flew out in the second. He's 0 for 1. He's 2 away here in the fourth. Misses inside, ball 1. And that is a deep drive. Back is O'Rourke to the track. The wall, looking up. That's gone. That's Shea Langoliers' 13th homer of the season. And it's a 7-3 ball game. And the stadium's starting to get a little nervous. High, deep drive, just made it over the fence. And O'Rourke goes back to the track, the wall, he looks up, he's about to leap, and for some reason he dives to his feet. Don't really know why. So, leadoff man Buxton singled in the third. He's 5 for 15 with 2 homers in this series. Low, ball 1. Hard ground ball. Quickly over the first, and the side is retired. So, they get 2 homers on 2 solo shots, and after 3.5, it's a 4-run ball game. Bronx Knights lead 7-3. So leading off the bottom of the fourth is Don Mattingly, the first baseman. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Pitches outside, ball 1. He's 9 for his last 17. It's a 5.29 clip. This is a deep drive. Actually, it's shallow right. Pardon me. Luplow makes the catch. So Matt Dennis's line, 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, and no walks and a strikeout. He was ineffective, to say the least. So with 1 away, Chris Ramos steps up. He doubled, he walked, he scored 2 runs today. Pulls it to Hopper to the pitch to the first baseman. Matt Olson steps on the bag, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Mike.
Michael O'Rourke is a 2-run double today. Steps in, the 2 outs. Pitches outside, ball 1. He has 93 runs batted in, trying to get to that magic triple-digit number. That is a line drive over the head of the first baseman and down into the right field corner. He makes the turn at second. He's heading to third. Strong throw. In time. No, he gets in there. So it is a 2-out double. The 33rd double of the season for Michael O'Rourke. And he now leads the team with 33 doubles. Max has 32. Termini 27. That's a lot of doubles. So, runner on second in scoring position for Jacob Salazar. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. He's batting from the left side against the righty Blackburn. And he drives it to left. There is Winker. He makes the catch to retire the side. So, after 4 innings of play here in Classic Yankee Stadium, it's the Bronx Knights 7, Kansas City Royals 3. So we go to the top of the 5th. Stepping in is Nick Senzel, who's 0 for 2. Joey Pollard sets and delivers. Outside corner, strike 1. Breaking ball, knuckle curve floats in there for 2 strikes. And he jams him back to the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Senzel. Pitches low, count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he pops him up. Pitcher Joey Pollard calls everybody off and makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is third baseman Alex Bregman. He singled in the first. It's 5 for 14 in this 4-game series. Lines it down the left field line into the seats, strike 1. Swinging a miss at the circle change out in front. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bregman. Pulls a 2-seamer foul. Count remains 0-2. And he pops it up, heading towards the over the top of the Knights dugout into the stands. Swing and a miss, inside fastball, strike 2. I mean, out number 2, check that. Strikeout number 3 for Joey Pollard. Nasty pitch, just screwed himself into the ground. So with 2 away, Paul Konerko, today's designated hitter, is 2 for 2. Got the average up to 288. And that is a line drive. He's going to be 3 for 3. Line drive to right between first and second. And they have a base runner with 2 away. So Joey, while he is currently the winning pitcher, 4 2/3 innings, he's given up 8 hits and 3 earned runs. It's not a great start for him. Just trying to get into the 5th or 6th inning so he can fly and get the win. Inside corner to Jesse Winker. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 ground outs. Swing and a miss over the top of the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Jesse. Outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. So it's an official ball game. He is now the pitcher of record. At the end of 5, no, check that, 4.5. Bronx Knights lead by 4, 7 to 3. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Benny LoCicero, who's officially 0 for 1. He's hit by a pitch today. He's 6 for 13 in this series, though. He has been productive. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Blackburn is still out there. He is 12 for his last 22. Grounds it hard, but foul. Just gets a piece of the two-seam fastball, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Benny. And that is a deep drive, which will curve into the seats, foul ball. He hit it a long way, but couldn't keep it fair. Low, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. LoCicero has 25 homers on the season. Just gets a piece. Do it again. 2-2. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Inside. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 5th. Checked out bottom of the 6th. Outside, off the plate, and he walks the leadoff man. Manager doesn't like the call from the home plate umpire. He's basically yelling at him. And the pitcher doesn't like the call. So, RBI single today for Matt Termini. He's 1 for 2. Steps up with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 5th. And he pulls the two-seamer foul down the third base line. Strike 1. Score is 7-3. Bronx Knights lead here in Classic Yankee Stadium. And he pops it up on the right side in foul territory. Matt Olson makes the catch in front of the Knights dugout. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 31.
So next up is Matthew Saps. He's 2 for 2. He has a 3-run home run today in the first inning. Big lead over there at first. He's going. Pitches in there for a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. So Benny LoCicero has a stolen base, and now he's in scoring position for Matt Saps. Stole it really on the pitcher. So the count is 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Inside, off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Blackburn is up to 54 pitches. He's a reliever. 54 pitches has got to be close to his limit after the early exit by the starter. Rolled over the pitch, down the third base line, count is 1 and 2 on Matthew Saps. Grounds it through the hole between the left side. It is a base hit. Runner had to hold up, so he stops at third base. And with 1 out, there's runners at first and third. They already have a 4-run lead, but now they're threatening here in the bottom of the 5th. So backup catcher Roberto Perez had a single in the first. He's 1 for 2. He's hitting a .197. Does not need a hit to get that runner home from third. So let's see what happens. And that is a line drive which will drop in there for a base hit. It's going to be an wait. Check that. Because he had to hold up, it's probably going to be a fielder's choice RBI for Roberto Perez because he got the force out at second. So he gets the RBI, and the score is 8-3. But he does not get the hit because he had to hold up, thought it was going to be caught. So in any event, they got the run. Leadoff man is up again. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Max Lukulich. 2 outs, runner at first. It's a 5-run lead for the Knights. Grounds it up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Max was a starting center fielder for the American League All-Star team this season. He has 31 steals. He's got 32. That is a line drive. It is a sinking line drive. It is a base hit for Lukulich, and he's 2 for 4. Runners are now at first and second with 2 away. Took it off the carpet, lined it the other way to left. He's a hit machine. Next up is the first baseman, Don Mattingly. Donnie has runners at first and second. He's 1 for 3 with a single today. There are 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitches outside, ball 1. And if you happen to be watching, thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm RC Robbin. If you're on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. The hit is up the middle and through. It is a base hit. The runner rounds third, is heading home. The throw to the plate is on in time. He's out at the plate. Great throw. That's what happens when the catcher is running, just not enough speed to get around. At the end of 5, they still get a run. It's the Bronx Knights leading 8-3. Coffee time. So leading off the top of the 6th, Matt Olson, in his last at-bat, hit this a deep drive the other way. It was a solo home run. So I'm sure he'd like to do that again. Joey Pollard is up there. He's 2 for 2, Matt Olson. In there, strike one with the two-seam fastball. Circle change floats in there for strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Matt Olson. Strikeout number 5 for Joey Pollard. Here we go. Off the plate inside.
Tyler Freeman.
So Tyler Freeman steps up with 1 out here in the 6th. He is the shortstop for the Royals. He's 0 for 2. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1.
And he flies to center, and it's going to bloop in front of Luklich for a base hit. So with 1 out, they have a base runner. Just off the end of the bat, over the head of the infield. No chance for the outfielder. So Jordan Luplow is 1 for 9 in this series. He's 0 for 2 today. Gets up with 1 away. And that is a line drive, but caught by O'Rourke in left. There are 2 away. Nice catch by O'Rourke. Sinking line drive. Raced in to catch it. They're going to actually show us a replay. Respect. So, with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, up steps Shea Langoliers, the catcher, is 1 for 2 with a solo homer. Grounds it foul up the third base line, strike 1. 15 for his last 37. That's over 400 in his last 10 games or so. And that is a line drive single to center. And just like that, with 2 away, they have runners at first and second. So they're threatening with 2 outs. That's when you got to go to the bullpen, and you got to put somebody up in the bullpen and warm up. So Zach is going to warm up, and Jesse Biddle is going to warm up. So those 2 guys are going to warm up. Buxton is up. He's 1 for 3. And he lines it down the third base line, but it goes foul. Strike 1. It is a line drive. He races in. He makes the catch to retire the side. Nice play by LoCicero in right. And the side is retired. They strand 2 runners. So, after 5.5, it's the Bronx Knights 8, the Kansas City Royals 3. So in relief in the bottom of the 6th is Cy Young himself. For his 40th appearance out of the bullpen, he's 4-10 with a 4.72 earned run average. And up steps what might be the American League's most valuable player this season, Chris Ramos, the second baseman for the Bronx Knights. Today he is 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch from Cy Young. Fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. So Chris Ramos leads the league in batting average, leads the league in home runs with 47. Swing and a miss at the screwball quickly. He's down 0-2 to Cy. He's 119 runs batted in. It's in August. Outside, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one is a line drive, but right at the right fielder. Luplow makes the catch for the first out. Hit it on the nose, but right at the outfielder. So next up is Michael O'Rourke. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in, runs scored. He has 30 home runs himself. And it is a line drive, base hit over the head of the second baseman. And with 1 out, O'Rourke has his 3rd hit of the ball game. 3 for 3. This is the replay.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
No chance for Senzel at second. So next up is the shortstop. Today he's playing designated hitter, Jacob Salazar. Quick throw to first. O'Rourke is a little on the heavy side, but he is crafty over at first. He has 20 stolen bases this season. Jacob is 1 for 3. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Wasn't stealing on the pitch. Count as 1 ball and no strikes on Salazar. And he swings at the high fastball, fouls it back. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 1 strike on Jacob. Jacob is a switch hitter batting from the left side against Cy Young, the righty. And he grounds it through the infield. They had him playing double play depth. So that's a single for Jacob, and the runners are at first and second with 1 away. If the shortstop had been playing deeper, he would have been able to possibly been able to field that. So they're not going to show where the ball went. Fine. So Benny LoCicero, the right fielder, hit by a pitch. He did walk. He stole a base. But officially, he's 0 for 1. Pitch inside, ball 1. His average is up to 303 on the season. Pitch is low in the dirt, blocked nicely by Langoliers. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Benny. Runners lead off first and second with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Late on the fastball, count is 2 and 1. Ground ball down the first base line, and it is through. It's going to, at the very least, be an RBI single. And that's exactly what it'll be, an RBI single for Benny LoCicero. And the score is now 9-3. Bronx Knights lead. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this. Just hits it right down the line, inside the bag. No chance for Olsen to grab it. So 6-run lead. Matt Termini is up. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Runners are at first and third. And he rolls it over down the left field line. Foul territory. Strike 1. Doesn't need a hit to get that runner at third home. Deep fly ball. Swing and a miss at the high fastball inside. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Termini. Pitch is low. Close but low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checks the swing in the dirt, blocked nicely. Oh, he's coming home. What was he coming home for? So he's tagged out at the plate. There are 2 away, runner at first. What a dumb base running decision by Salazar. So two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. It's a 6-run lead, so you can't get too angry about it. Strike 3 called, side retired. So they do get a run. And after 6 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 9, Kansas City Royals 3. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Nick Senzel, who's 0 for 3. Pollard is still out there. And that is a deep drive, but playable for Lukulich in center. He makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 away. So Alex Bregman is 1 for 3 with a single. He has 17 homers on the season. I'm sure he'd like number 18 when he set that. 2-seam fastball outside corner, strike 1. So they say Joey Pollard is getting tired. So I'm going to assume my pitching coach whispered in my ear and said, he's looking a little tired, coach. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Pollard. Slow roller. Termini cuts across the infield, throws to first, and there are 2 away. Nice play by Matt Termini at third.
Now batting.
So next up is Paul Konerko. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. I have a feeling this is going to be his last batter no matter what. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the circle change. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Konerko. Inside off the plate, 1 and 2. That is a hard ground ball, but right into the teeth of the shift. Ramos from, oh, pulled him off the bag. Ramos from the shortstop side of second base had to make a long throw, longer than he's used to making. So it's an E4 on Ramos. While he is a great hitter, defense is not exactly his strong suit, as you can see. Pulled Mattingly from the bag and unable to get back in time. So that will probably be all for Joey Pollard. Bullpen. Jesse Biddle will come in to pitch. So the 50-year-old version of Don Mattingly is the manager of the Bronx Knights. He calls for the left-hander. The stadium gives Joey Pollard a standing ovation. If the score stays the way it is, he'll have won 14 games after today's contest. Jesse Biddle's 2-2. His 44th appearance out of the bullpen. He has an ERA of 1.43. He has been lights out all season. Swing and a miss, strike one. 96 on the radar gun. Slider outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner leads off first. There's 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Grounds it to Termini, 1 hop. Takes his time, throws across the diamond. In time, side is retired. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Bronx Knights lead by 6. It's a 9-3 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. In relief comes Nick Birdie, 45th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 4-1, 6.92 earned run average. And up steps Matthew Saps. Matt Saps has a 3-run homer today. It's 3 for 3 though. So it's pretty impressive. Outside, ball 1. Right on the corner. Call the ball. Wow. Swing and a miss at the 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Birdie. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jams him. Inside, count is 1-2. And 2-seam fastball down and in, fouls it into the seats on the right field side. Count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, chase the high fastball, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. High heat, here it comes. Was not a strike, just couldn't lay off. So next up is Roberto Perez. RBI single today, he's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Can't seem to catch up to this guy. Goes upstairs, fouls it off. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Perez. Grounder to Sensi. Throws to first, and there are 2 quick outs here in the 7th.
The batter, number 38.
Max Luklich is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Steps in with 2 away. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lazy fly ball to left. Winker is there. He makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Birdie. And we will go to the 8th. It's a 6-run ball game. Bronx Knights lead 9-3. Been watching pictures, hit batters. Oh my God. So Matt Olson started a season also because of you. Well, I'm glad to have inspired you. Beautiful. I'm trying my hardest to get through this 162-game season before the next version of the game comes out. Very much looking forward to it. So we go to the top of the 8th. Matt Olson, the first baseman, is 2 for 3. Steps in against Jesse Biddle. In there, strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. Glad that I've inspired you. That's great. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. My goal is to get through 162 games of this created franchise, every inning of every game. Up the middle, from the left side, long throw, in time, nice play by Matthew Saps. Doesn't play shortstop every day. That's usually Salazar's gig. So nice play. So with one away, the shortstop Tyler Freeman's 1 for 3 with a single. He's 2 for 14 in this 4-game series. Checks his swing, but it's in there, strike one. So if they win this game, the Bronx Knights will be 79-40. 39 games over 500. They'll have at least a 13-game lead in the division. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and there's two down. As usual, Jesse Biddle is on point.
Now batting, right fielder,
Jordan Luplow, 0 for 3, steps in. Fouls it upstairs behind the plate, strike one. Curveball low. Attendance 37,896 here in Classic Yankee Stadium. That's not a sellout. Swing and a miss. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Luplow. Sellout in Classic Yankee Stadium was low 50s. I have many day. I lived in the New York area, so Classic Yankee Stadium was like my home as a teenager. Strike three called, outside corner, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still a 6-run ball game. Bronx Knights lead 9-3. So before we go to the bottom of the 8th, Colin Poche, 1-2 record, 3.90 earned run average over 30 innings. Before we do that, before Mattingly gets up to the plate, manager, bullpen. Righty, Zach Eflin is going to pitch the 9th. So Jesse Biddle has done his job. So Mattingly leads off the bottom of the 8th. He's 2 for 4 today. Checks his swing, pitches the low, ball 1. Reyes Moronta and Ryan Presley, 2 right-handers warming up in the bullpen. I picked a random team on the Mets. Did a fantasy draft. I got Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr. was a beast. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Don Mattingly. He's a great player, Ken Griffey Jr. One of the best ones I ever watched play. That is a line drive to center field, a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And Don Mattingly has 3 hits in the ball game today. The hitman cometh. For those of you that don't know, Don Mattingly was the 1985 American League most valuable player for the New York Yankees. He was an all-star. He had 7 or 8 gold gloves. Well, anyway, with nobody out, Chris Ramos, switch hitter, now batting from the right side against the lefty Poche. It's 1 for 3. Pitches inside, ball 1. Ramos is hitting .362 on the season to lead the American League. A lot of time left, though, to win a batting title. It's over a month. That is a line drive, base hit, his 2nd of the ball game. And just like that, the Bronx Knights have runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And they are threatening. And when they win this game, and I say when, not if, it will be a 4-game sweep of the Kansas City Royals. Michael O'Rourke is 3 for 3. And he hits a hard ground ball, 4, 6, 3, double play. So just like that, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner moves from 2nd to 3rd. I'm sure they'll trade that. So he got the double play he needed. Here's the replay. So Senzel flips over to Tyler Freeman and then over to Matt Olson to complete the double play. So next up is Jacob Salazar's 2 for 4 with an RBI. He needs a hit to get that runner home from 3rd. Let's see if he can do it. Fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. Chase the 5 fastball, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. He's a little anxious at the plate. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Salazar has 14 home runs on the season. And he fouls off the low fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, runner at 3rd. 9-3 ball game. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he fouls off the curveball. Count remains right where it is at 2-2. just misses the outside corner. Count goes full, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it is a lazy fly ball to center. Buxton is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So we will go to the bottom of the ninth. Last licks for the Kansas City Royals. They need 6 runs to tie. Here we go. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes Zach Eflin, making his 17th appearance out of the bullpen. He has no record, and in 15 innings pitched, he has a 3.52 earned run average. And leading off for the Kansas City here in the ninth is Shea Langoliers. He has a home run today. He's 2 for 3. He's had a good game. Outside corner, strike 1. Swing and a miss over the top of the two-seamer. Count is 0-2 on Langoliers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Langoliers. So with 1 away, the leadoff man is up for his 5th plate appearance. He's 1 for 4. He's 5 for 17 in the series. Does have 2 homers in this 4-game set. It's pretty decent for a leadoff guy. Inside corner, strike 1. That's a deep drive. He may have home run number 3. Back to the track, the wall looking up. That's a home run. Buxton's 10th home run, a solo shot, and the score is now 9-4, Bronx Knights. Just took it the other way, showed some power. So, still 1 away here in the top of the ninth. Nick Senzel is up. He's 0 for 4. One trouble spot in this team. Deep drive has a chance, but curving foul, slicing foul the other way into the seat, strike 1. Great offense the Bronx Knights have. Great pitching, starting pitching. Great closer and relief help. But the right-handed relief corps, it's just got a big, nasty hole in it. Deep drive. Just goes foul. Just missed a home run by a few feet, but the count is 0-2 on Senzel. And the righty relievers in my bullpen are just terrible. Strike 3 called, outside corner, and there are 2 away. And the Kansas City Royals are down to their final out. Representing that final out is Alex Bregman. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Grounds it to Termini. Long throw. In time. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 9-4. They sweep this 4-game set at Classic Yankee Stadium. The Bronx Knights now go 79-40 on the season. They are at least 13 games ahead of the Seattle Mariners in the American League West Division. And let's do it the right way. So, Bronx Knights, 9 runs, 18 hits, 1 error. Kansas City Royals, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Joey Pollard gets the win. It's win number 14 for Joey Pollard on the season. Matt Dennis got the loss, only 2/3 of an innings pitched, 5 earned runs. And the player of the game is Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder. He was 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted, and 2 runs scored. He is your player of the game, and that was a presentation of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. Most of you probably watched this here and there on the PlayStation Network. But if you watched it on YouTube, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And I know obviously if you're watching this, you like baseball, but if you like other video games, check out our other playlists. We got Control, we got Cyberpunk 2077, we got The Last of Us 2. We even have something Dungeons and Dragons, which is not a video game. It's actually a tabletop role-playing game. Check that out. The playlist is on there. I think you might find it interesting. In any event, the score here is 9-4, Bronx Knights win. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Please have yourself a great night, and I hope to see you again soon.